on here and say hello, everybody out there. Welcome to the 10K Project. This is all about the Knowledge Center, and what we've decided to do with the Knowledge Center is open it up for people, members and potentially non-members, to participate in the Knowledge Center with regards to sharing information. We have a mission within the 10K Project to not just help businesses get funded, but to elevate the entire community. And that's what this Knowledge Center is all about. We could be those shady corporatists that all we say is gimme, 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 but that's not us. That's not the co-founders. That's not what's in our hearts. Our hearts are for all of us to be elevated, for all of us to increase our personal incomes, to have family banks if that's what we choose to do, or even family offices for some of us, to have great credit, to be homeowners if that's what you choose to do, as well as on the entrepreneur side, to be the best entrepreneurs possible, whether it's from a leadership point of view, being able to negotiate, being able to get government contracts, government on the federal level, the state level, the city level, being able to network and get contracts with Fortune 500 companies. We also, if you're an investor, why would you care if entrepreneurs have a knowledge center? Because the entrepreneurs that we're raising money for will most likely need some of this information and the contacts that go with them. So not only is crowdfunding important, which we'll talk about and introduce, but this is also crowdsourcing now. Crowdsourcing, where we're all able to come together and one person says, I know that, and another person says, I know that, and we all come together and we put our information together and we're able to help everyone in the community rise. So that is the point of the Knowledge Center. We want to thank everyone for being here today to learn how you could become part of the Knowledge Center that we have. So Dr. Kecia is our Chief Instructional Officer. I'm going to let her introduce herself. She has a presentation. I'll probably chime in every once in a while, and feel free to ask your questions about the Knowledge Center as well. If we are unclear about something, just let us know in the chat and we will answer those questions, because this is truly a Q&A session with regards to this. So Dr. Kecia, you have the floor.
Well, welcome all. I certainly appreciate you here with us this morning, and very early for some folks on the West Coast. I appreciate you very much. So listen, we want to talk about the Knowledge Center this morning. So I'm going to share my screen. Let me do that here. Where's my function? Right here. Hold you. All right, I will share my screen with a standard Prism. Okay, how are we looking there? We see it?
Yes, we see it.
Everybody see? Okay, good deal. All righty, well, this is what we're talking about today, is building the knowledge center we've been talking about here. And just to kind of recap very quickly, our mission, as you will know, is that when 10,000 of us put $100 each into a business, we can raise $1 million. We can fund our own companies, we can profit from our own innovation and create jobs and build Black wealth. That is the simple plan and the large plan of the 10K Project. Going forward here, likely you want to know how the 10K Project works. Well, we have a set of entrepreneurs who will be coming before the investors of this organization, and those entrepreneurs will present their business, and they'll do so in what we're calling a bet on Black pitch. As investors, we will act as if we are like the Shark Tank group. Everybody knows how they evaluate businesses and make the call as to whether or not they want to invest in them. So it's going to be important that you know how to do that, right? So this is why the the Knowledge Center is super important. So the investors, you'll have a seat at the table to make your bet on Black pitch and decide whether or not you want to invest in the entrepreneur's business. Now, it doesn't end there with the businesses. The business gets support even after funding because, again, what we're investing in is a profitable company. The profits will, now that we're as equity owners, those profits will come back to us. So what you are essentially becoming is an everyday VC, VC meaning venture capitalist. So we are the home of the everyday VC.
And let me just say, for legal purposes, we cannot guarantee profit.
Indeed.
We cannot guarantee profit. So go back, Dr. Kecia, to if you can, the previous. Okay. So yeah, for legal purposes, because our attorney would flip, we cannot guarantee profit. But the way that it works is that there are ways that businesses can return capital to investors, including the company could be purchased, the company could give dividends to investors, or the company could go public. Or we're also going to be working on a secondary exchange that'll take a couple of years after we're approved through the SEC for that to occur. But the best chance of these businesses having success is if they have support before, during, and after funding. And that's what the Knowledge Center is here to assist with. So again, I want to give that legal disclaimer.
Yes, definitely. All right, moving on. So what we're seeking with regard to this Knowledge Center are education partners. And you might be wondering, well, what is it? What's in it for me? Certainly we understand the need for it, but what's in it for me? Well, one of the big things would be brand exposure. Just like our businesses that we're investing in, they need brand exposure. And so you're already an established business, and we want to support that. It's a full circle. So brand exposure is what's in it for you. Traffic to your paid services. Again, one of the complaints we hear about a lot is that many of us want to invest in Black businesses, but most of us know about where to get the Black hair done or where to go eat. But those services, those professional services that deal with what we're talking about here, investing and business building and that kind of thing, is really important. And because of that, we'll be building a virtual business directory, and you'll be able to participate in that as one of our education partners. Further, you'll be helping to build Black Wall Street. Again, we're doing it again with solidness going into this 21st century. And then what's super important, again, back to some technical things, we can accept no affiliate payments to our organization. Again, we are governed by the SEC, and we can have no exchange of funds. So this is the donation on your part to the Knowledge Center. Again, for these benefits that can pay you dividends, definitely, for into perpetuity. Further on, the investor education will include a lot of great stuff that goes beyond just yourself, but even into your family. Things like making more money, side hustle, information about side hustle and career opportunities, saving money, budgeting, reducing debt, repairing your credit, reducing your taxes. All these kind of things will give you the extra money so that you'll have extra money to invest. And then, of course, our education will help you make the best choice as it relates to analyzing the deals on the platform. That kind of support will be there as well. Going forward to your family, we're talking about your children. We have information from our education partners that will help your children develop, money savviness from ages 5 to 27. We got some really great content with regard to that. And we've already seen a little bit of this and heard a little bit of this already. Information about the family banks and building strong investment portfolios. We've already gotten a taste of this from some of our guests. Wealth planning and preserving family wealth. Again, we're talking about building that generational wealth. Again, our goal here is not just to make any one person rich. We kind of have that already. You know, Black people rich here and there. This is for the whole community. That's the real goal of of this particular 10K project. And as Cheree was just talking earlier, information about home ownership. And then behind all of that, being there's a type of mindset that you need to have as an investor, as this is not a, fly by night kind of proposition or overnight kind of thing. It's a long haul. So you may need to be motivated as an investor, and that information will be there too.
Okay, let me stop you here, Dr. Kecia.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so we are looking for more content. We're looking for more content. So I just want to be sure, because Dr. Kecia was saying some of the things that we have, but we're looking for more content, and that's the point of this presentation today. So I want to break these down one by one. Making more money. Okay. There are some of you out there that know how to teach people how to find side hustles, whether it's, how to do something with, Uber or Amazon or something like that. And then some of you know how to help people, do things like write books, for example. Some of you know how to teach people how to get certain cybersecurity or technical certifications so that people can move up the corporate ladder. That's what we're looking for here. Some of you know how to take somebody who knows how to do something like project management in their full-time job and help them set up a side hustle to do that. That's what we're looking for here. If you know how to do those types of things operationally, you can give us information and give the Knowledge Center information about how to navigate within certain career opportunities. Again, our kids are going to be here. They're going to want to know about certain career opportunities that are available. This is what we're looking for within making more money, both full-time opportunities and part-time opportunities. One of the people that we spoke with yesterday has a course on how you can become a facilities management company. She teaches people who want to open up facilities management companies how to find contracts, how to find personnel, how to set it up legally, etc. You may have these types of skills in specific industries. We're looking for you. We're looking for you to be able to come and teach this information. And what's going to happen, for example, for that facilities management person is she's going to give us, it'll probably be like a 30-minute, webinar that we'll be able to post in the Knowledge Center. And then it'll say, for more information and my complete course, come here to this website. That's the brand exposure that Dr. Kecia was talking about in traffic to your paid services. Okay, saving money and budgeting. Some of you are great at that. You're wealth coaches. You are, your personal finance, coaches, anything like that. If you have any information, tips, apps that people can use with regards to saving money and budgeting, we need you. And we're asking for you to contribute to the Knowledge Center. Reducing debt, same thing. Some of you are personal finance coaches, wealth coaches, and you have apps, tips, information with regards to debt reduction. Repairing credit. Some of you have a track record with helping people repair their credit. We need you. We're asking if you have, articles, blogs that you've written, it's got to be your own content that you own, okay? It could be a video that you've done giving people an introduction to repairing their credit. We're asking for this. Tax reduction. If you've worked at H&R Block for 14 years, if you are a CPA or an accountant and you know some of the things that people can do, for example, to start side hustles in order to reduce their tax burden legally and ethically, we're looking for you. The best practices for analyzing deals on the platform. Yes, we have somebody who is licensing their course to us. However, if you have a due diligence checklist or something like that, please consider contributing it. Developing money. Oh, I'm going to start. Best practices for analyzing deals on the platform. Also, you may be a crowdfunding coach. We've spoken to somebody who is a crowdfunding coach, and they may give us some things for the platform, and then have the paid service be, if you need more assistance with this, let us know. Now that's more on the entrepreneur side, but that information can also be used on the investor side. Developing money savvy kids. We spoke with a woman, she's a CPA, she has some games that she has for children ages like 5 to 9. We've spoken with another person that has some information for teenagers. However, if you have games, flashcards, information like that, that can be put into this part of the Knowledge Center, we want to hear from you. If you have a method of teaching your young adult children how to navigate college and get their first job and get their first apartment and their first home, we want to hear from you. Starting family banks, yes, we had the other family, but if you started a family bank and you want to contribute an article or a video, we'd like to hear from you. Home ownership, some of you are realtors. Some of you are mortgage brokers. Some of you know about all these grant programs that are out there that we rarely get to hear about. We would like to hear from you. Okay, so I know that I took more time to break this down, but I didn't want to leave this slide without making sure everyone fully understands that you can participate in this process. And if people say, oh, you know what, I like this person, I want to talk to this person, I want to sign up for their course, or I want to get some additional coaching from them, that is a way for you to get paid for the information you are contributing. And because we are governed by the Securities and Exchange Commission, we will never ever say we want an affiliate, link or anything like that. Nothing. Okay. Someone is asking here, is there an age limit for involvement, young entrepreneurs who may be in a unique space? The age limit, I'm going to prefer 18 or older just because of the SEC piece of it. So if you're a parent to a child who is under 18, have them go through your membership or your email address in order to do this, because we would also need someone to legally sign off that it's okay to use this content. And my understanding with the law is you can't get into a binding contract with someone who's under 18. But if you're the parent, you could set up the business where you're, parent-child doing this business together, and you legally are able to sign contracts on the child's behalf, and you're able to have a family business that way. So thank you, Monique, for that question. I know that there are other questions in here. We are going to get to them. I'll let Dr. Kecia continue, but we will get to all the questions. So thank you, Dr. Kecia.
Oh, thank you for the clarification on that, definitely. And let's see, we're moving on to our entrepreneur education. And it includes a lot, and much like everything that Cheree said prior to. When we're talking about our education to our entrepreneurs, this is the support that we're talking about that's before, during, and after. So certainly the personal finances of the entrepreneurs is critical. Writing business plans. Cheree is a business plan writer. I'm sure she's not the only one out there.
Yeah, and I will say this, I will not be writing business plans for anyone who wants to get funding. That is too close to the gray line for me. So we need people who have experience writing business plans.
Indeed. Okay. And likewise for creating strategic plans and building scalable businesses. Again, back to what Cheree was saying, if this is your expertise, again, we're not looking for you to you know, overdo this, you know, just give the kind of things that you are already doing, you know, but if you're interested in packaging it specifically for the 10K project, that would be great. Checklists, you know, PowerPoints, you know, curated information. We need that. We will take that. If you have information about leadership, valuation, we need that kind of support. The entrepreneurs need that support in their business planning. Hiring, managing and firing teams. That's huge. That's doing business. We need that kind of information. Certainly if you are someone who is strong in business law, legal entities, protections, etc., business taxes, disaster planning, insurance, alternative funding. You know, this is a equity crowdfunding platform, but this is not the only way to be funded. As a matter of fact, most entrepreneurs go through several different types of funding. So we need that information and they need that information. Networking principles, huge, you know, your wealth is in your network, I hear a lot of times. So there you go, networking principles. We need that kind of information. Data-driven decision-making, everything's about data. If you have any information at all, checklists, again, videos, any kind of podcast, whatever. Marketing and sales, that's the bread and butter of a business. You know, how to buy businesses, that's huge. And then moving on to the other side here, negotiating time. We're getting more into the spirit of the business. You know, you got to negotiate your time. You got to manage it and improve your productivity. Those kind of things are tremendously helpful. Everybody's got 24 hours in the day, but we got to use it wisely. Health and stress management, huge. Being an entrepreneur is no easy task. It takes a toll on you and your family, mentally and physically. Dealing with failure, you know, we have to redefine what failure is when we're an entrepreneur. It's data for you to move forward or make some hard decisions. Asking for help. Everybody needs help, even as an entrepreneur. This is why we have this entrepreneur education part of our knowledge center. And then of course, conflict resolution. Very, very, very important. Things we have to deal with. So again, if this is your expertise, help us out here. We have a process, so I'll continue to explain what happens.
So
next.
before you leave the slide,
Sure.
Okay, so someone asked a great question. Using the facilities management example that I just mentioned, what level of detail are we looking for with the presentation? Slide count, time limit, how much is too much and too little? So that's a great question. Thank you for that. We are not necessarily basing it on the number of slides. We do want something that is tangible and not just fluff, if I can say it like that. We're looking for, you know, if you have a 10-point checklist, for example, or something like that that gets the person started. We're not asking for you to lay out everything, because that's, for a lot of people, that's virtually impossible. However, we have seen, for example, 45-minute presentations that give people just enough where the person says, you know what, I'm interested, I want to know more. This sounds like something I can do. I am able to figure out the basics of it and I want to know more. And that's what we're looking for there. I'll give you a couple of other examples. Some of you, for example, know about different apps that people can use in order to save time or be more productive or things like that. Being able to put that information into a document and say, here are the top 5 apps I suggest for productivity for entrepreneurs. And if you need more productivity tips, then, you know, you can sign up for a 30-minute consultation with me, or whatever your business process is. So, you know, it needs to be, and Dr. Kecia can chime in here because she's going to be reviewing a lot of this content. It needs to have some meat to it. It can't just be pure fluff and a pure sales piece, but it doesn't have to have all your secret sauce in it.
Right. I was going to say too, just think about it this way. Make sure it's actionable information. And even if it's like Cheree was saying, just kind of things that you may not go into depth on, but definitely you can stimulate the mindset of the entrepreneur. Because again, the entrepreneurs may be on a spectrum of steps or needs or that kind of thing, in which case you might bring up something that they'll need to consider going forward. So even though what you might have is totally extensive, and you know that you really need this and this and this, you know. And here's the thing, we're going to be here taking that information. You can always use the link, you know, come on back and just keep giving us information. We'll be building this for a while. Okay. So that's another thing too, but just make it bite-sized pieces, you know, just think of everything that you have, but just kind of still break it down so that it's actionable, make it checklist. Maybe, you know, you don't think that you have to do a full presentation. If that's easy, that's great. If not, you know, think about it. What would you want? Let's put it that way. You know, give what you would want. Let's put it that way. But then again, if you're somebody like me, you might be a person who overdoes it. So, you know, but kind of break it down a little bit. It might be easier said than done. We do have another question here.
We have another question in here, yes, which is also a good one from Kim. Is anyone covering business entity structure that is ideal for crowdfunding or VC funding? She's not a lawyer. She just has a lot of high-level experience with business entities, feasibility, capital stacking, scaling, conversions, valuations, business life cycles, et cetera, in a myriad of industries. Well, it sounds like you need to really submit stuff. Thanks, large question. I know. I'm just trying to figure out what is most needed. I have a lot of experience and success, but wondering what you need now. So I'm adding value and not overwhelming. So Kim, we need everything. That's number one. We need everything. And one of the other things I will say is we don't just want to have one piece of information in each bucket. We want to have multiple pieces of information from multiple sources, because some people may like the way you present something and other people may like the way someone else presents the information. Some people like to read, so they would want a blog. Other people like to listen, so they would want a video or something like that. And we all know that some information is best given through, you know, presentation format, and other information is best given through blogs or articles. So back to your first question, is anyone covering business entity structure that is ideal for crowdfunding or VC funding? The answer is no, not yet. So I'm going to answer that in two questions. No, not yet. So you can do that. You sound like you would already put in there that you're not a lawyer. So you want to let people know that, that's just, you know, some of your personal opinions. We also not just thinking about legal and entity structure for crowdfunding or VC funding, but for any kind of business that's out there. So understanding the difference between a sole proprietor, an LLC, an S Corp, a C Corp on a basic education level, and then being able to say, but for your specific business, you may need somebody who can go through these for you. That is really what we're looking for within the business legal entity. Valuations, I am not a certified valuation professional, but I wrote an article years ago about some of the basics of valuation. So, you know, again, you would be able to potentially do that as well. So it sounds, Kim, like you could be a business coach for people. And if that is, you know, what you're doing, then yeah, thinking about the types of people that you help and how you're best able to help people, and then adding information into the knowledge center based on that. A couple of people are asking if this information is going to be available following this presentation. Absolutely, yes. So I'm going to let Dr. Kecia continue with this, and she's going to tell you how you can get this information.
Absolutely. This is what we need you guys to know. So this is no secret. You'll be able to go through this over and over again. And again, as we keep saying, please, this is hardly an exhaustive list. Please, 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 you know, fill any gaps, anything that you feel like is a possibility, you know, please send it. So I'll evaluate it and we'll make the call. These are just examples, but these are some things that we definitely would like to have to be sure. Oops, let me go on to the next one here. All right. All right, so as was said a couple of times here, individuals must send content that is their own. So make sure you own the content that you're sending. It can't be licensed to anybody else or anything like that, because you'll be the person who will be consenting and allowing us permission to use it. Okay, as we've been saying constantly, the content can take many formats. It can be PDFs, it could be videos, it could be, you know, audio, it could be infographics, it could be ebooks. You know, whatever you have together, please send. Remember too that this part of the benefit of it, even though you're sending it, you know, free to us, the benefit is that you will have your personal brand. It could be totally branded to you with your contact information for people to reach you for your other paid services. Okay, so keep that in mind. Moving on here. This is really important. This is why you'll need this information. Due dates. As you guys see, I can't believe how far along we are in this year already. But due dates, August the 26th is the day that we are looking for us to make sure that everybody gets to the10kproject.com/partner to complete our education partner form. I'll take a moment to show that in a few minutes here. Make sure again that the information that you send is your own content, and you will be self-identifying in the form that I'll show you shortly. As Cheree was saying, on September 30th, you will receive your, when we receive the content, I'll let you know whether or not you've been selected for our Knowledge Center. So you'll hear back from me on that. At this point, just send the information in and we'll let you know. And then, as we've been announcing, October 22nd, the Investor Knowledge Center will open. It'll be available to you. And then November 11th, the Entrepreneur Knowledge Center will open and will be available to you. So let's take a look at this page here. So going to the, let's see if it comes up. All right, when you go to our partner page, this is the page that will present. And if you scroll down on that page, it gives you more information about, again, the 10K project. Let me say this too. This is a link that you could also share with other people that you know are professionals with you know, pertinent information to share for our community. So please do that as well. This will give them a little bit about information about the 10K project and what we're looking for and to whom we are serving. If they really want to go into more about the project, how it works and all of that, they just hit this learn more button here and it would take them to the main page. But on this page is focused primarily, and it's primarily information for our education partners. And you'll see here that the topics, again, are just some, you know, preliminary topics that we are looking to fill. And as Cheree mentioned, we need several people in each of these buckets, plus whatever else you feel is pertinent. And you can click them to see the different topics for each audience type. Going down a little further, we talk about what's in it for you. Again, much of the information we just shared in the presentation. And then the due dates and the information that is required. All down here again with our restrictions with regard to no affiliate payments is noted there as well. And then you'll get to complete the form. So whether you're start at the top or the bottom, that form will be here for you to complete. The form is essentially a release and permission to use the content. So again, you are affirming by completing this form that you are the owner of this content, you are 18 and older, and that you are, you have full authority to release the content. I'm going to use another picture that actually goes a little further because this is not going to let me go. All right. Again, you're going to be hit with information about that's going to reinforce again that we are looking for you to send us videos, photographs, illustrations, whatever, and you're consenting to that. And in this form, there will be a space for you to actually upload your content. There's a button here that will allow you to upload your content. And if you have any content that's maybe links or something like that, you put that in this area here, okay? If you have any omissions or additions that you want to include.
Kecia, I think your screen is stopped scrolling.
Oh, did it? Oh dear.
Yeah,
okay.
We're still in.
Let me stop and go back. All right, how are we doing now?
Yes. Oh, yes, the admissions additions. Yes, I see it.
Yep, okay, sorry about that, guys. So let me say this part again. Did you guys see where to upload your information? Maybe you didn't see that.
No, they didn't see that before.
Oh,
so
sure.
that's how you
All
do
right,
it.
guys.
Yes.
Sorry about that. Let me make that a little bit more clear. Okay, so yeah, so in this form, you will have the opportunity to submit your content by upload. Just upload the information there. And there is a size limit, 10 gigabytes, so that should be enough to get everything in there. We tried to make it as large for videos and such like that. Certainly though, if you have hyperlinks that will go here, you just put them all in there. And certainly if you have if you find that you run into some type of error, do please contact me, okay? And the types of content we're able to receive is, documents, spreadsheets, drawings, images, all kinds of things like that, okay? Let's say you guys are seeing the whole back part of it because I can't get to it. And again, if you have some additional kinds of restrictions or things like that that you might want to kind of amend to the situation, that option is there as well, okay? And then if you'll basically be declined if you answer no to, not being the person who is 18 or older or anything like that. Okay, so that's how that would work. So that's really it there.
Yeah, one thing, I don't know if we mentioned it here, but your information will be housed on our website. I just want to make sure that that's clear as well. So when possible, please upload your information and don't just send links. Sending the links is only if it's more than 10 gigs and, and preferably like you're sending us a link to a Google, document or something like that we're able to download. So I just wanted to make sure that was clear. We have a few questions here as well, Dr. Kecia, if you'd like to jump into these.
Okay.
So, well, someone asked this, you already answered that if there's a size limit to the file uploads.
Yeah.
And she's saying, never mind, I see it now.
Oh.
So perfect, it's
Okay.
10 gigs, yes. Okay. And I saw in the chat, Kim had a question, is the release just for the 10K project? Some release agreements include affiliates, but don't disclose those affiliates. So it's just for 10K. Just for 10. We will not be distributing your information anywhere else besides our Knowledge Center. And within the Knowledge Center, people will have to log in. They have to be a member of 10K and they have to log in to get access to it as well. Monique is asking, how long should a business be in existence if they are interested in being involved in an area of need? So I will say that we don't have any restrictions on how long you've been in business. But if you're talking about business law, for example, we will give preference to people who are lawyers or paralegals, and preferably lawyers. You know, if you're giving business tax information, you either need to have be a CPA or an accountant, or some sort of way have it make sense that you're giving this information. You know, there will be some things where we are a little bit more stringent on who we're letting through the door to disseminate that information than others. But for example, you could have, you know, a ton of industry experience, but you're a brand new business coach. That's fine. You know, some of you are working with mentors and people like that. And yes, your business is just getting started, but you're working with this mentor that has 10 years of experience, and you're going to be working with that person as you're building your relationship, your business. That's fine. You know, if you're a brand new realtor and you want to present something within the 10K project, that's fine. So we don't want you to think, oh, I haven't been in business for a decade, I can't do it. That's not what we want to say. So Felicia's saying, good question, Kim. As a follow-up to Kim's question, if the release only covers the 10K project, will you disclose your affiliates? So we do not have affiliates. We do not have affiliates. So once you sign the release is just for the 10K project and for us to post that information within the 10K Project Knowledge Center. Mm-hmm. So I'm here in the main Facebook group as well. I don't see any other questions in here. Mm-hmm. I think we've answered all the questions, Dr. Kecia.
Looks like we're good. Might be time to celebrate a little bit. What do you think?
So it's, if you don't mind, Dr. Kecia, can we put up the website again? We want to make sure that everyone knows where to go. The10kproject.com / I think it's partner singular.
Yes, just partner singular.
Marcel is asking, how many steps before I get to the step where funds can be raised for my question? Oh, where funds can be raised for your question? I don't know, but I guess you're asking how many steps before you get to where funds can be raised. We are in the process of getting SEC and FINRA approval. So as soon as we get that, we will let everybody know. Believe me, we will over communicate that.
Yes, indeed.
We also have our guide for businesses that want to raise money on the platform. That's going to be released on October 27th. That'll give you a lot more information. We are in the process of writing that now. So, Dr. Kecia, can you show the URL to this?
Yeah, let me see. I was just trying to bring it down.
Yeah, here we go. So singular, the10kproject.com / partner, the10kproject.com / partner. In order to find this this page here, we will over communicate it. Y'all will see it everywhere in our newsletters and all of that. So Kim is saying, I want to offer an answer as well. I used to manage angel investor accelerators and other accelerators. As an entrepreneur, prepare yourself now. It takes a good 9 months to be ready to pitch a VC. That is the truth.
Well said.
That is the truth. So so this is a great example. Because Kim is not an attorney, but she used to manage angel investors and accelerators, she's one of those people that could come with that experience and say, this is what we've seen in terms of best practices. Mm-hmm. And that's what we're looking for. So, yes. I don't see any other questions in here, but we want to make sure everyone can see the10kproject.com / partner.
And I put it in the chat for those in the Zoom space.
And I will say this as well, again, if you know somebody who you're like, girl, you know, brother, you have some excellent content. I really think you should be involved with this. Mm-hmm. Please have them come to this page, come to the 10K project and just, you know, expose them to this, expose them to this opportunity.
Please, please, please.
Okay, so Felicia's saying, good presentation. Thank you, Felicia. Brandon is saying, thank you for the 10K project. Thank you, Brandon. Aisha, I hope I'm saying the name right. I'm working to start a healing village, and at the moment I don't have funds yet. What can I do to receive funding? So Aisha, October 27th, the guide for raising money on the platform will be released. So you have to wait until October 27th for that guide to be released.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, perfect.
Keep up
Thank
with
you.
us. Keep up with us.
Yes, yes. So thank you so much to everybody for being here, for taking the time to be here with us. And we look forward to, you know, getting your information. So thank you, thank you, thank you. God bless you. Have a great
Celebrate
day.
a few people. Hold on.
Oh gosh, how could I forget that? Yes. Okay, so
Okay.
we're doing a celebration of our first member and our 1,000th member. So the first 1,000 people are known as our founding members. We hit that goal a couple of days ago. We're so excited. So Dr. Kecia.
Woo!
On that H, you were our very first member. You were the person who believed in us. We thank you so much, Shawnette. All of us, all the founders know Shawnette, so we are grateful to you. And who was the 1,000th member, Dr. Kecia?
Yes, the 1,000th member. Let's tick through here. Let's see. Drum roll, please. Hey, Marcel G.
Oh, Marcel G. You were the 1,000th member. We thank you so much, Marcel. We're also going to put just these two slides in. Oh, Marcel is here. Actually, I did see you here, Marcel. So Marcel is here. So we're going to put these two slides in Facebook and all over as well. Thank you so much to Shawnette, to Marcel, and to everyone in between. Everyone who has followed. Yes, everyone who has followed afterwards as well. And we are looking to hit our next big goal of 2,000 members. So tell Lottie Dottie and everybody about the 10K project. Yes, so thank you. The10kproject.com. We are moving onward and upward. We are so excited, and we cannot thank everyone enough for believing in us. So I see another question here, just to make sure. Will we receive paperwork on our memberships? Oh, okay, so that's a great question as well. So your receipt right now is the paperwork that you have. We have everybody in Stripe in a list. We are also prepping a gift for our first 1,000 members as well. So Tawana and Dr. Kecia are working on that. And as soon as we're ready to release that information, you will know. You will know. And
great question. Thank you.
Over the next, well, through the time that we receive SEC approval, we will look at some other things with regards to membership. We may do some certificates or, you know, things like that. So, you know, you never know what's going to come out of the 10K project, especially for those first 10,000 members. We're going to do something. We're going to do something for our first 10,000 members. So, anything else, Dr. Kecia, that I forgot?
I think we're good. Just stay in touch, stay engaged, ask your questions. We're active in our social media platforms, IG, Twitter, YouTube, you know, Facebook. Our own website, you know, visit the website, share it all, okay? The10kproject.com. Thank you so much for your time this morning, or this afternoon for some folks, you know, or wherever you're calling from, or wherever you're tuning in from. Thanks so much. This information will be available for you, and I look forward to seeing you on the other side of that form.
Thank you so much, everybody. God bless you. Oh, hold on, Marcel. Are we allowed to invite other people that might be interested? 1,000%.
Yeah.
Yes, Marcel. 1,000%. We are working towards our first 10,000 members by the end of this year. You know, so yes. Let everybody know. So yes. And actually, Marcel, one of the best things you can do is invite people to our live Q&As on Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, or to come to our YouTube page, where we have all the replays, or to our Facebook group where we are actively engaging people, and that way they're able to get the answers that they need. So thank you, Marcel. Thank you, our 1,000th member. Yay! All right, everybody. Have a great day. Take care.
Bye-bye now.